Good evening and thanks for tuning in to NDTV 24/7. I'm Padmaja Joshi, and on every story that matters, the buck stops here. Are leaders within the Congress speaking up against the dynasts within their party? Is it a revolt from within against the quote-unquote ultimate Nepo kid of Indian politics? At least that was the interpretation by the BJP today when Congress MP Manish Tewari wrote about how the youth worldwide have lost patience with entitlement, Nepo kids and dynasts. This, Manish Tewari said, was why there were uprisings globally, from Sri Lanka to Bangladesh, from Nepal to Philippines. Of course, the BJP lapped up this political full toss to allege that Mr. Tewari was in fact making a veiled reference to Rahul Gandhi himself because the Congress veterans, the so-called G23, are fed up with his regressive politics. Within hours, a full-fledged back and forth over Indian Nepo kids had started, even as Manish Tewari quickly distanced himself from any such interpretation. But the issue isn't just about Manish Tewari, because remember, the roots of this fight go back 3 weeks to when youth in Nepal had hit the streets of their country. Their anger was with the Nepo kids of their country. Children and relatives of prominent Nepali politicians who flaunted their wealth and jet-set lifestyle, even as the average 25-year-old in Nepal struggled with joblessness and lack of money. That was the time when the debate in India started about who India's Nepo kids are, whether there will be an uprising against them, whether there is a bubbling anger against India's Nepo kids. The BJP insists, of course there is, that these Nepo kids are the Gandhi family themselves. The Congress, of course, other than calling this a gross misinterpretation, has also periodically listed out the dynasts within the BJP. The question, though, is who the Gen Z in India thinks are the real Nepo kids.
देखिए, आज मनीष तिवारी जी ने आर्टिकल लिखा है और मनीष तिवारी जी ने जो आपने प्रश्न पूछा, आर्टिकल में लिखा है कि जेन जी जो है वो डायनास्ट्स नहीं चाहती है, इसलिए बहुत संग्राम हो रहे हैं पूरे विश्व में कि डायनास्ट्स को हटाओ, जिसको उन्होंने नेपो किड कहा है। वो तो भारतवर्ष की जनता आध्यात्मिक जनता है, भारतवर्ष की जनता जागरूक जनता है, 2014 में ही कर दिया। और भारत की जनता सड़कों पे आकर कुछ करती नहीं है। भारत की जनता बहुत ही अनुशासित तरीके से अपने समय पर सही काम करती है, तो उन्होंने तो नेपो किड को हटा दिया।
राहुल गांधी इस देश में झूठ फैला रहे हैं, निराधार आरोप लगा रहे हैं संवैधानिक संस्थाओं पर। कभी वो चुनाव आयोग पर झूठ आरोप लगाते हैं, झूठा और भ्रामक तथ्य पेश करते हैं।
And that brings us to the big questions today on which the buck stops here. Are Congress leaders really hinting against nepotism and dynasty and entitlement within their own party, or is this the BJP playing mischief? And of course, the million-dollar question, who is Indian politics ka Nepo kid? Joining us today on the debate, Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP, Tushar Gupta, political analyst, Ashutosh, political analyst, and political analyst Nikhil Jain as well. But let me actually start with you. Shehzad Poonawala, why are you creating trouble in paradise? Here is Mr. Manish Tewari doing a purely academic exercise. He said, I'm not referring to anyone. We really must grow beyond Indian politics. But you have decided that Rahul Gandhi is the ultimate Indian political Nepo kid. Why?
First of all, Manish Tewari, in as many as those words, has said it to me on a phone call that the Congress is nothing but a sole proprietorship firm. This was when I had revolted, and I was Gen Z back then, or at least close to Gen Z. I had revolted against the perennial Nepo kid of Indian politics, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who, by the way, was doing vote chori within his own party by not having an election but having a coronation. So having said that, he said this on record even before this entire debate. Secondly, it is not just Gen Z which has rejected Rahul. By the way, Gen Z rejected him in the DUSU elections, in the HCU elections, in 2014, in 2019, the Gen Z of that time has rejected him. But even the Gen Tree of Congress is rejecting him. Manish Tewari is just one example. Namaste Sada Vatsale Matra Bhumi. Do you think that's coincidence? Mr. Parmeshwar going and visiting a ABVP event, you think that's coincidence? Forget everything else. The very docile Mr. Khadge says, Sade hue aam ko pehchano. You think all of these statements are coincidences? There is the G23 within the Congress which basically says that what the Parivar decides is not acceptable. Rahul Gandhi's sense of entitlement has now not only upset Gen Z and millennials and Janmat, but also those who want to stand up to Janpat. And therefore, it requires, see, in politics, everything does not need to be said. But you have to really have the IQ of Rahul Gandhi if you can't read just one statement. Entitlement is no longer acceptable to Gen X, Y, and Z. I mean, beyond this, what needs to be said?
Okay, whatever needs to be said will be said by Ashutosh next. It's not just Gen Z, it is also Gen G23, Ashutosh, which is now upset and revolting, according to the BJP, against Rahul Gandhi. You think so?
No, the BJP has every right to live in its own world and attack Congress party and the Rahul Gandhi and the entire family. That is their political legitimate right. Nobody should question that. Nobody should be bothered about it. But issue is slightly different. Issue is why this debate about Gen Z, why this debate about Nepo kids have suddenly become a national obsession in the national discourse. I can understand that the Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Nepal, they were small countries. So the revolt happened, people came on the ground because the leadership was discredited. Are we suggesting that the similar trend is happening in this country? Similar phenomenon is occurring in our country? Are we trying to understand that the leadership of the present regime has become so discredited that the people, the Gen Z will come on the road and revolt? If that is a suggestion, that's really a frightening situation for me and for the country also. But I don't think that's going to happen. India is too big a country. India's democracy is too deep rooted. India is not Sri Lanka. India is not Bangladesh. India is not Nepal. So if people were trying to have a discussion on this, I think either they are scared or they are worried, or they think that the way they have ruled for the last 10 years, I think the things are moving in a different direction. If
So I think on the limited point of, yes, India is not Sri Lanka, Bangladesh or Nepal, I think all of us will be in agreement. But the bigger point is that there's one group of people in our country who are desperately trying to convince the Gen Z of our country that we are Nepal, we are Bangladesh. But Ashutosh, I think the bigger problem here, which you just sidestepped, who is the quote-unquote Nepo kid of India? Let's have an answer to that once and for all. Who is the Nepo kid of India? The political Nepo kid. And is Manish Tewari hinting towards him?
Who is not a Nepo kid in Indian politics? You start from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. Let's be real and let's be honest about it. Is Stalin not a Nepo kid? Is Uddhav Thackeray not a Nepo kid? Is Ajit Pawar not a Nepo kid? Is Supriya Sule not a Nepo kid? Is Hemant Soren is not a Nepo kid? Is Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi not Nepo kids? Is Sukhbir Badal not a Nepo kid? Is Rajnath Singh's sons not Nepo kid? It's Anurag Thakur not Nepo kid? Who is not a Nepo kid? I'm just asking a question. So
Narendra Modi.
It's easy. See,
is Narendra Modi a Nepo kid?
No, I don't think. I'm huge respect for him because
but that's the answer.
Nowhere.
That when the country is supposed to rise up against Nepo kid, there is the answer to you. Jitni abadi utna haq bhi hai, Nepo kid bhi nahi hai.
It's not about who is rising against whom. It's about it. The big question is the present leadership, is the present dispensation has been discredited enough that the people will rise and revolt? No. I don't see that is happening.
Okay, but that should make Shahzad Poonawala happy. If you are saying that the present leadership is not discredited, the Gen Z will not rise up.
They are trying to scare their own leadership.
Okay, why are you scared of your own leadership? Quick rebuttal to that, then I must go to Nikhil Jain and Tushar Gupta.
If monkey balancing was an art, Ashutosh would be the highest paid artist for that. Because Ashutosh ji used to once upon a time call a spade, but these days he's scared to call one. Let me argue why. First of all, Mr. Ashutosh, how you selectively forgot that it was Rahul Gandhi who made a आह्वान to the Gen Z of India कि भाई मुझसे तो ना हो पाएगा, तुम आ जाओ भाई, तुम सामने आ जाओ. Bhagwant Mann has characterized what he has said in a very colorful way. I don't want to get into those colorful descriptions. Having said that, who's having these fantasies every now and then कि जैसे श्रीलंका और बांग्लादेश के प्राइम मिनिस्टर के घर में चढ़ गए वैसे यहाँ पर भी चढ़ जाना है. This is Congress leaders, Samajwadi Party leaders. So it is not us, it is they who are having quote unquote these fantasies or whatever dreams you can call them. But having said that, I want to ask 2 or 3 specific questions. First of all, Gen Z is against the sense of entitlement. And this Nepo kid terminology, the Gen Z has revolted against the Nepo kids in India since 2014, sir. The fact that they brought a chaiwala to power and removed the most corrupt and the most parivarwadi set of people is the revolt of the Gen Z through the vote. Then in 2019, they repeated it again. Then in 2024, they repeated it for the 3rd time. And if that wasn't enough, from class monitor to parliament, every election they are saying get rid of the entitlement, sense of entitlement. The only gen that is with the Congress is the Gen D, Generation Darbari and Generation Dynasty. And therefore, and Ashutosh ji, look, in our constitution does not disallow anybody who's a son or a daughter of a politician to be in politics. But the Nepo kid philosophy is कि मैं ही प्रधानमंत्री बनूंगा, कोक में जैसे आ गया वैसे ही अधिकार मेरा. फॉर इंस्टेंस, Stalin's child can only be the president of DMK. Only Mulayam's child can be president of Samajwadi. Only Sonia's child can be the next prime ministerial candidate of India Alliance and Congress Party. Only Lalu's child can be the RJD leader. In BJP, anybody can be president, anybody can be prime minister. This is the Nepo kid theory versus the theory of hard work and merit. Kamdar versus Naam.
Okay, so Nikhil Jain, tell me once and for all, who is India's Nepo kid? Let's settle this debate. Everyone is just tiptoeing around it. Who is India's Nepo kid? Political Nepo kid?
Rahul Gandhi.
Okay, except Shahzad Poonawalla, everyone else is tiptoeing. You answer. Who is India's political Nepo kid?
My answer to that is very clear, Jai Shah. And if you look at actually Manish Tewari's tweet, he never talks about political dynasties. Let me be very clear, Padmaja, about this one thing, that Rahul Gandhi is the political dynast. Jyotiraditya Scindia is one. Supriya Sule is one. Stalin is one. Akhilesh Yadav is one. Mulayam Singh Yadav is one. Akhilesh Yadav is one. Tejasvi Yadav is one. So is Mr. Piyush Goyal. So is Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman. Across the political spectrum, we do have political dynasties. And let me tell you why.
How is Nirmala Sitharaman a dynast?
From what I've read, her father was a senior member of the RSS. But be that as it may, there are multiple political dynasts.
You can't handle a woman being the finance minister of this country. Look at this melodrama. You are a misogynist of the highest order. You can't handle
what is
a lady
wrong
being
with
the
you?
finance minister of this country.
Shehzad,
You are such a patriarchal misogynist.
You are such a patriarchal misogynist when you say something against Priyanka Gandhi. You are such a patriarchal
No, I do not say anything against Priyanka Vadra. And you're doing a very bad imitation of me or doing a good imitation of yourself.
That he calls a woman a 50 crore ki girlfriend.
Okay, come back to the point.
Woman a jersey guy.
Come back to the point. So basically saying Manish Tewari was lamenting the state of affairs across party lines. He was saying there are dynasts everywhere. There's entitlement everywhere.
No.
Who is Manish Tewari indicating?
No. Padmaja, I'm trying to draw a distinction here between political dynasties and nepo kids. I would consider it nepotism when somebody is just selected to a post just because their father or mother or grandfather or grandmother is something. But when you talk about Rahul Gandhi, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Stalin, all these are people who have won the popular vote, whether it's in a legislative assembly election or in a Lok Sabha election. So long as the people of a particular constituency are voting these people into the position that they are.
No, in Wayanad, you don't think there were other people? There were people within the Congress who spoke up and said we were far better off than Priyanka Gandhi to get the ticket from Wayanad. They got the ticket. She fought the by-poll. She won.
Let me prove my point. By picking up examples from the opposition side as well as the NDA side and not talking about BJP and Congress for a moment. You look at the fight that happened between Ramvilas Paswan's son and Ramvilas Paswan's brother. Who came out winning? You look at the fight between Mulayam Singh Yadav's closest aide or his brother and his son, who came out winning. Fact of the matter is, people in this country do vote for political dynasts, which is the reason political parties across the spectrum prefer to give tickets to these dynasts.
So who's the
now, whether that is right or wrong,
I
am not going to comment on that because that is at the end of the day the voters' wisdom. The voters are the one who prefer such candidates, which is why you have a Rahul Gandhi at the top and the pinnacle of politics within the Congress party.
Who is the Nepo kid? Is there a Nepo kid or there isn't a Nepo kid?
Nepo kid is a person who never gets the popular mandate yet comes to be in power like Jai Shah. Or like Rohan Jaitley, these people have never contested elections before the public.
Because they're
Now,
not in
Shehzad is going-
politics. What election do you expect Jay
Those
Shah or
are
Rohan Jaitley to
positions of
contest?
power.
They're not in
I'm sorry.
But they've
politics.
contested cricket elections and won
BCCI
those, by
secretary
the
is
way.
a very important position of power. Please do not tell me that that had nothing to do with the fact that his father was the home
Okay,
minister
Tushar
of the
Gupta.
country.
Tushar Gupta,
That
quick
is
rebuttal
what
that I
his
will open this
nepotism
up.
is.
Ashutosh wants to come back in.
Ridiculous.
Tushar Gupta, there is no Nepo kid. People have chosen everyone. This is very disingenuous on the part of BJP. Yes.
Firstly, I do not know how to respond to someone who compares the elections of an ICC president with that of an MP or an MLA. So let's leave that part out. To answer your question straightforward, Rahul Gandhi is the Nepo kid. A lot of names have been taken on this panel, but none of them have the distinction of losing around 85 elections cumulatively. No one amongst them has the distinction of losing 3 Lok Sabha elections. No one amongst them has the distinction of getting their party to the 3 worst defeats, the 3 lowest seat tally counts since the party's inception. No one amongst them would have lasted at the party's chairman position or head position had they pushed their party so much down in the political spectrum. Look, all said and done, Rahul Gandhi is still the prime ministerial candidate of the Congress party, even after securing 44, 55, and 99 seats. He loses one state election after the other. He continues to lead the Congress party into the next election. If any time there is some resistance to Rahul Gandhi's ideas within the Congress, there is actually the person who's schooled, like what happened to Shashi Tharoor and Manish Tewari during Operation Sindoor. So to answer your question, the Nepo kid of Indian politics is Rahul Gandhi. It's not Supriya Sule, not Akhilesh Yadav, not Sindhya or Stalin, because all these, while they have their regional parties, they are not as big in their political stature as Rahul Gandhi is, and not that big in losses as Rahul Gandhi is. Rahul Gandhi is losing every year for the last 11 years. Rather, before that, you remember, Padmaja, in 2012, the big launch of Rahul Gandhi in the Uttar Pradesh elections, the Padyatra he took, he failed massively in 2012. Before PM Modi, this was the UPA era. He failed then. And even then, he was the face of UP.
Okay, the debate is open now. Ashutosh, the difference between a dynast and a Nepo kid is there are many dynasts in every party, but a Nepo kid has his failures rewarded. As Ashutosh, Tushar is pointing out. It's open now.
I'm really amused by this new definition of Nepo kids. And Rahul Gandhi is so bad, why people get so obsessed about him. All the time you talk about him. Let's forget about it. Because this debate is endless debate. If it's so bad, then why you talk about it? Now, I just want to take one name. I have no disrespect to anybody. Neither I have disrespect to any dynasty. But I have to take this name.
Yes, go ahead.
His name is Mahanarayanan Scindia. He's 29 years old.
Yes.
Madhya Pradesh Cricket Association president. And his lineage, Jivaji Rao Scindia, Vijay Raje Scindia, and then Madhav Scindia, Vasundhara Raje Scindia, Yashodhara Raje Scindia, and then Jyotiraditya Scindia, and then this kid. Now, Arun Dhumal is IPL commissioner, brother of Anurag Thakur, son of Prem Kumar Dhumal. Jay Shah, I think he's bigger management genius than Sundar Pichai and Satya Nadella put together. And that's why he's ICC chairman and a BCCI president he used to be. What is his credential?
Okay.
Except being a surname of his father.
Okay, answer this.
So these are, let me, and the final point is,
Complete, sir.
I think we Hindus should not be talking about these Nepo kids
Hindus?
because we are a civilization, a society of Nepo kids. Because here, the Brahman का लड़का ब्राह्मण ही पैदा होता है और गुप्ता का लड़का गुप्ता ही पैदा होता है.
Sir, आपने इसमें कैसे कास्ट वाला एंगल डाल दिया? आशुतोष जी, this has to be a new one. I mean, the whole discussion was Nepo kid, and suddenly this became about Brahmins. Akhilesh Yadav is no Brahmin. His brother is in politics, his sister-in-law is in politics, his wife is in politics. He is no Brahmin. आपने ये Brahmin angle किधर से डाल दिया Nepo kid में? This is like really the most unique angle I have seen.
Let's not हमारे यहाँ एक बेचारा एक
Let me make a small point, then Ashutosh can come back.
Sir, with the greatest of respect, I really think this is slightly disingenuous to have inserted a caste angle in this. Please respond. What is the greatness of all the people named by Ashutosh?
Yeah.
They're all
First of all, in the course of this debate, in the last 14-15 minutes, we have seen the other side blame Janta blame Hindus, blame cricket. But nobody is ready to address the real problem of political nepotism, which is defined, elaborated, propagated first and foremost from the fact that मोतीलाल के बाद जवाहरलाल के बाद इंदिरा के बाद संजय के बाद राजीव के बाद सोनिया के बाद राहुल, वो ignore, like Gen Z ignored, you ignore. And now here the problem is जय शाह. Okay, जय शाह के बारे में मेरी बात तो छोड़ दो, आशुतोष जी, I think once upon a time you were in News 24 channel also, if I am not mistaken. राजीव शुक्ला से सुन लो. अच्छा नहीं थे आप, छोड़ दो, doesn't matter, irrelevant. Rajiv Shukla has once been asked, and he's CWC member. Rajiv ji, and Samdesh Bhatia asked him, it's on Samdesh Bhatia's podcast, dekh lena. Samdesh Bhatia asked him कि भाई जय शाह is a nepotistic person. So Rajiv Shukla said, how can you say this? He is not there because of his father. His father is not in cricket. He is not in politics. In fact, Jai Shah has done item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4 for women's cricket, for this cricket, for that cricket. Now are you telling me the ICC is being controlled by Narendra Modi? So there they have put the one second, let me complete. But Ashutosh ji का एक सच का सामना हो ही नहीं पा रहा है. आशुतोष जी और बताइए, कौन से ऐसी डायनेस्टी है, कौन सा ऐसा सिस्टम है जहां पर 99 बार चुनाव हारने पर भी, look at the fact that any other dynast also in any other political party, he loses an election, he will have to go out. बाप के नाम पे एक बार टिकट मिल जाएगा, पर उसके बाद नहीं. पर यहां पर तो आप 99 चुनाव हारो, फिर भी सत्ता में आप.
देखिए पद्मजा जी, जो सच्चाई बड़ी बुरी होती है. 1952 के बाद दीनदयाल उपाध्याय, श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी, लाल कृष्ण आडवाणी, 1989 तक सारे चुनाव के लोकसभा एमपी को जोड़ ले तो 80 भी नहीं जीत पाए. 80 भी नहीं. इसके बारे में भारतीय जनता पार्टी में कोई चर्चा नहीं करता. अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी बड़े नेता थे.
Fine, till the time that they were winning elections, they held positions, but their sons and daughters did not take positions within the party or the government.
Padmija, let me complete.
The same people you named, sir. Neither L.K. Advani, nor Murli Manohar Joshi, nor Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Let me complete. I don't want to remember the seats which Deendayal Upadhyaya has won for the Jansangh. Sometimes 3 seats, sometimes 5 seats, sometimes 10 seats.
But Ashutosh ji, what do you say about the distinction being made between people who in the present context are failures and yet they and their family members are being rewarded? Classic case was Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Why was she given the ticket from Wayanad?
Padmaja, let me complete.
She could not win the election in Uttar Pradesh. She was given charge of General Secretary East. They lost miserably, including Amethi, which fell in the east of Uttar Pradesh.
Padmaja, let me complete. Padmaja, let me complete. See, I know these are hard facts and it affects everybody. There was a time when Atal Bihari Vajpayee used to contest from 3 seats and used to lose 2. So was he a bad leader?
But what does that to do with nepotism?
No. Let me.
Was his daughter rewarded for it? Because her father lost and then she was given the ticket.
No, I am not counting the state election which Atal Bihari Vajpayee has lost. That number could have surpassed to 500. That number could have surpassed to 500. I am telling you this.
But sir, we're talking about nepotism here. How is this relevant to the issue of somebody being a nepo kid? How is Atal Bihari Vajpayee a nepo kid?
Because in your debate, people are saying that Rahul Gandhi has lost 90 elections.
Yes.
I'm not worried about how many.
Because he's a Gandhi, yet he was rewarded for his failures. The critical part is not that he lost. Many people lose. But he is a Gandhi. So he is given yet another chance. In fact, he is rewarded because of his surname. That's what makes him a nepo kid.
Because RSS knows in his heart, and this I was told by one of the tall leaders of the RSS, as long as this family is there, BJP cannot have a entire dominance over the Indian politics. They want this family to leave.
One second, RSS is propagating the dynasty. One second, I have to unpack this. Before Tushar comes in, I want to unpack this. Arey, Nikhil Jain, just 5 seconds. Tushar, just 5 seconds. So, the RSS's real Manchurian candidate is the Gandhi family. आशुतोष जी, conspiracy theory की भी तो कोई हद होती है. बोलो निखिल जैन, दिन रात RSS को गाली देते हैं, या आशुतोष जी बता रहे कि RSS wants Gandhi family. मतलब ये तो मैं समझ ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ. आज की डिबेट में क्या सुनने मिल रहा है?
Padmaja, यार शहजाद इतना melodramatic
because
क्यों
you
है?
don't want to listen to the reality.
शहजाद, are we on NDTV today or
You
Star?
hardly know
Star
anybody in
Plus?
RSS. That's the
Arey,
reality.
we are on whatever channel that consumes you for an argument.
No, and since we're
And
talking
you-
about
and
dynasties,
you and your
maybe it is
melodrama
like a
and your
kahani
nonsense.
ghar ghar ki for a change, because we're talking about a lot of family drama, dynasty. It has all the makings of a kahani ghar ghar ki. But yes, go
But
on,
I'm
Nikhil
glad.
Jain.
I'm
and
glad.
let-
I'm glad. See, I have no disrespect to Jyotiradi Scindia, but I want to know why his son, at the age of 29, became the MP Cricket Association.
because
What
he
is
won the
his
election
contribution?
there. He won the election there, sir, and he still hasn't got a
And
ticket.
he's not a nepo kid.
Going
And
by
now
the
that
fact
he's
that
not
he's a
elected,
nepo
he's not a
kid,
nepo
he should
kid.
have immediately been given some or the other ticket, either for assembly election. We
Padmaja,
cannot compare
Padmaja.
apples and oranges. Now to say that, Arey, why so and so?
Okay, let me ask one
why
question.
so and so successful? Let's
I'm-
just a second,
Just one question.
just a
Just
second.
one question.
amused.
Just one question.
I'm really amused.
No. Let me ask this now,
Scindia
because
suddenly
Ashutosh is bringing
is not
all
a nepo
fields
kid.
into the play. Ashutosh ji, 10 seconds, just 10 seconds, and bear with me. Ashutosh, when Rajdeep Sardesai was the editor of CNN IBN, his wife used to anchor a 10 p.m. show who's now become a Rajya Sabha MP. Was that nepotism? You were also in that channel.
You want to compare Jyotiradi Scindia with Sagar?
You want to compare Jyotiradiya Scindia with Rahul Gandhi? Rahul Gandhi is the LOP, goddammit. You are comparing a 29-year-old kid who's won some cricket election in Madhya Pradesh to that guy. But then, when I ask you a legitimate question about the state of media affairs in your own organization, you are unable to answer?
No, I'm asking.
Take
what
a
is his
stand on
credential to
Sagarika
be
and
the
Rajdeep.
MP
Take a stand.
Cricket Association president.
Take a
I'm
stand
just
on
asking
Rajdeep
simple
and
question.
Sagarika. Come on, don't be coy.
What is his credential?
Don't be coy. Oh, what was credentials of
I'm not being
Sagarika?
quiet. I'm just asking you.
What was Sagarika's
I'm just asking
credentials?
you. What is his credential?
What was Sagarika's credentials?
May I say
You were in the Hindi
May I
channel.
say something?
Okay, very, very respectfully, I think those people are not here to defend themselves. Let's keep them out of it.
Is Jai Shah and is the son of Mr. Jyotiradiya here to defend?
Okay, fine. Nikhil Jain, let me quote to you
we
from
can
a
discuss
letter
about
that
them.
was
I'm not-
written
I know they are
not by
smart
anyone in the
enough and they are intelligent
BJP,
enough
but
to
in
defend
fact, Ghulam Nabi Azad, one of the oldest members of the Congress party, who from his youth Congress days built the party up in Jammu and Kashmir. In 2022, when he left the party, this is one of the things he wrote in his letter. He said, worse still, and he wrote this letter to Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. He said, worse still, the remote control model that demolished the institutional integrity of the UPA government now got applied to the Indian National Congress, while you, Mrs. Gandhi, are just a nominal figurehead in all the important decisions were being taken by Sri Rahul Gandhi, or worse, by his security guards and PAs. This is Ghulam Nabi Azad, who was earlier a member of the G23, saying, this is a Nepo kid, whose security guards and drivers and PAs are taking calls within the Indian National Congress. That's the difference. Nikhil Jain.
Padmaja, since we're talking about the Gen Z, let me probably use one of the lingos. This is a man who's being salty after the Congress party gave him pretty much every position there could have been: Chief Minister, Leader of Opposition in the Rajya Sabha, General Secretary of the AICC, and God knows how many positions. But when he was being sidelined to inculcate a generational shift into the party, then he could not bear it. The moment he did not get a good...
We would be delulu if we thought that only reason he is salty is because he was sidelined. I mean, here is a man who has given far many years to the Congress party to just be bothered. He's actually even written in his letter that there was a symbolic funeral procession of his carried out in Srinagar the day he decided to leave the Congress party. And here is somebody who spent almost 50 years in the Congress, when nobody held the Congress flag on the soil of Jammu and Kashmir. Ghulam Nabi Azad was there. He was fighting elections.
Padmaja, to carry forward the lingo, I don't think he has any raise in Jammu and Kashmir. The man cannot win the elections for the Congress party. He's the leader from Jammu, and we all know how well the Congress party does.
So Manish Tewari is wrong, right? Ghulam Nabi Azad is wrong,
I'm not saying Manish Tewari is wrong.
He's not a
Nepo. No. I never said that Manish Tewari is wrong. I am very clearly making a distinction between nepotism and political dynasties. When people are voting you, you are a dynasty for sure, but there's nothing wrong in that, so long as the people are voting for you. Nepotism is when you are in a position just because you've been selected.
This is what is going to happen. Every time Rahul Gandhi's dynasty or nepotism or inefficiency or incompetence or electoral losses come up, a lot of names would be thrown around.
How does that matter?
For some odd reason, Congress supporters and promoters do not want to acknowledge that Rahul Gandhi is a liability. And I'm glad they are not doing that, because the longer Rahul
stop
Gandhi
talking
runs
about
the
him
Congress, it's better for the country, because he's perpetually going to be in opposition thanks to the Gen Z voters itself. We've seen that in Delhi University earlier this week. But it's a very simple thing.
Okay, and
You
what
take
happened?
as many names from cricket associations to state parties. No one has lost as many elections as Rahul Gandhi. No one has had as many launches as Rahul Gandhi. No one has been the prime ministerial candidate 3 times in the political history of India and lost 3 times. And yet, he's been grooming for a loss for the 4th time. That is the difference between nepotism with other leaders and Rahul Gandhi. And that is why, to answer your question in a very blunt manner, Rahul Gandhi is the Nepo
Nikhil Jain.
baby of Indian politics.
Padmaja, so the interesting thing is that Rahul Gandhi has never been formally the prime ministerial candidate of the Congress party, whether in
Formally,
2014, 19 or 24. It is for the BJP. No, Tushar,
Now you are resorting to
speaks
lying.
about the
This
fact.
is called
That
capping.
speaks about the fact.
This is
See,
called capping.
Padmaja, it is
You have
the
not
fact
gone
is
to open
the facts are
secret
laid
of
bare in
Congress
front of your
party.
viewers that the
Nikhil Jain,
BJP
you
always
must
used to
actually
think that Rahul
introspect. Are
Gandhi
you
is the
even
PM
told the most
candidate.
basic
If
facts
he
within the
wanted to be the
Congress?
prime minister
Are
of the
you
country,
seriously
nobody was
going to say
stopping him from
Rahul
being the
Gandhi
prime
wasn't the
minister in
prime ministerial
2009.
candidate for the
Tushar,
last 3
how
Lok
long
Sabha
are you going to
elections?
interject? How long are you going
It's
to
his
interject?
Are you
turn.
seriously
A
going to
small
say that? Who's
interjection is
going to
fine,
believe
but you
you?
just can't keep on speaking over me.
अरे
Padmaja is
उसका
just
turn
speaking
है
over
भाई.
me. I don't think that makes any sense.
Okay, one at a time. 30
Your
seconds,
viewers will
Tushar
neither
Gupta, finish your
understand
point.
him,
I'm coming to you, Nikhil Jain. 30 seconds, finish your point.
No. Who in their right mind, following the Indian politics, even amateurishly, will believe Nikhil Jain when he says that Rahul Gandhi wasn't the prime ministerial candidate? His agenda makes it to the Congress manifesto. He's the one campaigning. He's the one who's pitched against the prime minister by all the Congress.
You know, Nikhil Jain, you
promoters,
really
including Nikhil
disappoint the
Jain,
Congress
and today,
IT
he's
cell.
not a
For
prime
the last
ministerial
3 years,
candidate.
they have been making reels on Jan Nayak, our next prime minister, striding into parliament, taking oath in parliament, and you're like, he's
Ridiculous.
not the prime minister. They literally made
Padmaja,
an AI video
They
of him
call him the
standing on
shadow
15
prime
August
minister. Padmaja,
on
they call
Red
him
Fort
the shadow prime
ramparts.
minister.
I mean, they went so far.
Padmaja,
And you're like, no, he
Padmaja,
doesn't want to be prime
Padmaja,
minister.
Padmaja,
Ashutosh ji
Padmaja,
wants to come and then Shehzad.
Padmaja, you're supposed to come to me. Tushar interjected and now I don't
Okay,
have
wait.
my
Ashutosh ji has been
chance to
waiting.
speak.
Ashutosh ji.
जी देखिए ये नैरेटिव अब चल नहीं रहा है. राहुल गांधी को नेपोकुट बचाने वाला नैरेटिव अब चल नहीं रहा है. ये जो नैरेटिव बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है कि 90 चुनाव हार चुका है, 92 चुनाव हार, अब ये चल ही नहीं रहा. चल नहीं रहा, लेकिन इसको चलाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. फैक्ट क्या है? आज की तारीख में वोट चोरी पे आपके पास कोई जवाब है नहीं. आप जवाब दे नहीं पा रहे.
करेक्ट.
आज की तारीख में राहुल गांधी ने जब ये मुद्दा बनाया, सेफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, मजाक बनाया गया उसका, कास्ट सेंसस में मजाक बनाया गया उसने. और फिर क्या हुआ? आपको उस कास्ट सेंसस पे आपको आरएसएस को झुकना पड़ा घुटनों के बल. देश के प्रधानमंत्री को झुकना पड़ा घुटनों के बल, जिसके बारे में उन्होंने यह कहा था कि कास्ट सेंसस इज अ सिन, पाप है, ये देश को बर्बाद कर देगा. तो ही इज सेटिंग द एजेंडा, अदर्स आर रिएक्टिंग. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली द पार्टी एंड देयर सपोर्टर दे आर स्टिल लिविंग इन सम टाइम,
Shehzad Poonawala.
some in past.
Okay, so this is an attempt to discredit Rahul Gandhi and it's not working anymore.
100% it's not working. It is absolutely
आपने
not
बोला,
working. And they
बहुत
should come
बोला,
back to
और आपने
present.
हाँ.
Come back to present and future.
Now can I speak? Ashutosh ji, last time you were speaking about narratives, I remember Haryana election, our narrative wasn't working. महाराष्ट्र इलेक्शन सत्य वचन पे आपका जो सत्य वो जो भी है चैनल पे उसने आपने लंबा विश्लेषण थंबनेल बना के दिखाओ क्या आपका विश्लेषण था. महाराष्ट्र से भी बीजेपी गई, कांग्रेस आ रही है. फिर आपका विश्लेषण बहुत सारे चुनाव पे नैरेटिव कहानी चल रहा है, तो वो तो रहने ही दे. लेट्स पार्क दैट असाइड. आशुतोष जी आते हैं आज की बात पे, वोट चोरी. आशुतोष जी ईमानदारी से दिल पे हाथ ऐसे रख के, ये आप ही का एक ट्वीट मैंने एक दिन शो में दिखाया था कि ईवीएम को लेकर जो लोग ये बहुत बकैती करते हैं ये सब झूठे हैं, इनके ऊपर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए. याद है कि नहीं आपका ट्वीट? और ईवीएम मैनेज था तो ये वोटर लिस्ट क्यों मैनेज कर रहे हैं हम लोग? या ईवीएम वाला झूठ था और वोटर लिस्ट वाला सही है? या वोटर लिस्ट वाला सही है तो फिर महाराष्ट्र में प्रूव नहीं हो पा रहा, तमिलनाडु में हाईकोर्ट भी कुछ और कह रहा है, और बाकी के भी जगह पे जो है इतना कंफ्यूजन है. चलिए छोड़ देते हैं इस विषय पे. थर्ड विषय पे आते हैं. कास्ट सेंसस पे हमने अपनी पोजीशन बदली. सर थोड़ा रिसर्च करके बता दीजिए कि कास्ट सेंसस रोका किसने था? फिर कास्ट सेंसस रोकने के बाद मंडल का विरोध किसने किया था? न जात पर न पात पर मोहर लगेगी हाथ पर, ये किसका नारा था? अरे इंदिरा जी और राजीव जी ने खड़े होकर बोला आरक्षण बुद्धुओं को मिलता है, नेहरू जी का तो पत्र था कि आरक्षण समाप्त कर दो। वो पार्टी अपने पूर्वजों को कचरे के डिब्बे में डालकर अब कहती है कि कास्ट सेंसस कराओ, और जिसका प्रधानमंत्री ओबीसी वो कास्ट सेंसस के खिलाफ। गजब का तर्क है। फाइनली देखिए ऐसा है, ये दोनों लोग जो राइट हैंड कॉलम पे है ना, ये दोनों नूब्स है, जेन जी की भाषा में नूब है। मैं बताता हूं क्यों। नेपो किड की सबसे बड़ी जो एक वो रहता है ना कि जो किम जोंग उन ऑफ इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स, वो ये है कि चुनाव एक भी नहीं लड़ना है पार्टी के भीतर, पर सत्ता अपनी बनी रहे। अब ऐसा सिस्टम कहीं नहीं। चलो बाकी तो आप जगह बोल सकते हैं कि कोई क्रिकेट का चुनाव, कोई लोकसभा का चुनाव। आई एम सेइंग प्योरली इन द पार्टी पोजीशन आल्सो दैट यू सी द वे दे आर कंट्रोलिंग द पार्टी विदाउट हैविंग द लेजिटिमेसी, एंड दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बीजेपी एंड कांग्रेस। इन बीजेपी in the last 30-40 years you have seen 15 presidents, all of them get a tenure, nobody has secured tenure because they are child of anybody, but Rahul ji ka satta bana rahega.
Okay, Nikhil Jain, let me quote one more example again to bring it back to somebody's performance being rewarded or not, a narrative that Ashutosh spoke about. The narrative over the last 2 years, Rahul Gandhi has worked very hard. He's done Bharat Jodo Yatra, he has done Voter Adhikar Yatra. Who are his audience? Even today when he has tweeted, he has said, vote chori sarkar kar rahi hai, naukri chori sarkar kar rahi hai. Essentially, he is reaching out to the youth of the country. In the last 1 week, whether you admit it or not, first the Delhi University election results, then the Hyderabad University election results. And by the way, this is the same Hyderabad University where Rahul Gandhi himself had gone after the suicide of Rohit Vemula and had spoken of the entire narrative that Dalits are under attack in this country. So from the Rohit Vemula agitation to now where the ABVP, which is the RSS students wing, has swept 5 posts. That is the narrative.
So wrong
Nikhil
of
Jain.
you, so wrong of you. वोट चोरी हुआ, आपको पता नहीं कल प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस 11 बजे अभी आ गया व्हाट्सएप कि राहुल गांधी टू एक्सप्लोर हाइड्रोजन बॉम्ब ऑन हैदराबाद सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी इलेक्शन। आ गया एसएमएस, आ गया आ गया आशुतोष जी ने फॉरवर्ड किया है। कल राहुल गांधी का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है।
Okay, is Gen Z buying into the narrative of Rahul Gandhi?
No, vote chori.
That's an example. 2 examples laid out for you. Nikhil Jain.
Vote chori bolo.
Padmaja, first of all, let me return the courtesy and call my good friend Shehzad Poonawala an absolute bozo. That being said, the Delhi University Student Union elections, the Delhi University Student Union elections are not going to prove how the entire youth of the country thinks, and if indeed that is how
Hyderabad
if indeed.
Hyderabad used to be the citadel of left politics. It was extreme left
Can I now
of
please
center.
respond?
The organization that Rohit Vemula belonged.
Can I now please respond? If indeed the DUSU elections were to determine the mood of the Gen Z or the young voters across the country, then let's not forget that last year the NSUI won the election, and even this year the
Talking about Hyderabad, Nikhil Jain, Hyderabad Central University, Rohit Vemula, ISA, SFI, they ruled the rules there.
All
you
came
can't
together.
keep on shifting the goalpost. Let me at least answer to the DUSU point that's being made since the beginning of the debate. Let me at least make that point.
Okay.
DUSU elections, we all know how those elections are fought.
Oh, vote chori.
Right now, he's not some
मैंने कहा था
ABVP worker, BJP worker, RSS worker. He's the son of a liquor baron. If you're talking about Nepo kids, that guy is the absolute Nepo kid who's bringing a Maybach and a Bentley and a Rolls Royce
ABVP
and a
president
Ferrari.
now, Aman Man.
Absolutely, yes. Have you not seen Aman Man's campaigning? Aryan Man. Aman Man, Aryan Man first of all.
Aryan
And
Man,
secondly,
sorry, yes.
NSUI did win the vice presidential post.
So you still think that Gen Z is buying into the narrative of Rahul Gandhi? That whatever is happening in the campuses across the country is down to local factors?
Padmaja, why do you think that Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswat Yadav were able to get the kind of young crowds in the Vote Adhikar Yatra? And recently a survey was done. I think it was a survey.
To be fair, Nikhil Jain, I travelled to Bihar in 2020 and Tejaswi Yadav was getting crowds like nobody else, and we all know what happened.
I am in Bihar right now.
Just 10 seconds, Tushar Gupta. Then I'm really out of time. 10 seconds, everyone. Final comments. Tushar Gupta, 10 seconds.
If Nikhil Jain genuinely believes that Rahul Gandhi's vote chori is having an impact amongst the youth, can he today on your show confirm that Congress will get 80 seats to fight on with the RJD in Bihar? Will the Congress just get 80 seats?
Okay, your 30 seconds over. 30 seconds. Shehzad Poonawala.
You know, just now you have had Nikhil Jain insult the mandate of the country, and now he's insulted in the mandate of Gen Z when he says that somebody is somebody's son, so therefore the Gen Z has voted for him. Here is Ragini Naik going and saying, मोदी जी को एक बर्थडे गिफ्ट विस्फोटक प्रेस वार्ता से दिया है, एक बर्थडे गिफ्ट एनएसयूआई कल डुसू में 4 सीट हरा कर देगी. And she was campaigning. You had a national level spokesperson campaigning for this election. Nobody from the BJP went there to campaign.
Okay, last 30 seconds, Ashutosh ji. Are we still changing our mind? Is there one Nepo kid or no Nepo kid?
No, I think that I told you, we are a society of nepo kids. हमारे यहाँ तो बाप का काम बेटा ही करता, बेटे का काम बेटा ही करता, वो तो हमारे संस्कृति में रखा हुआ है भाई।
सही से तो करता
भाई
है।
जोशी जी का बेटा जोशी जी ही का काम करता है, गुप्ते का बेटा गुप्ता का ही काम करता है।
मेरे पिताजी जोशी जी आर्मी में थे, मेरा भाई प्राइवेट सेक्टर में पढ़ करके आया है।
You are an exception.
आर्मी में कोई नौकरी नहीं
इनके पिताजी जर्नलिस्ट थे क्या? ये आशुतोष के पिता जर्नलिस्ट थे।
हमारे पिता जोशी जी थे, हमें कोई रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिला, हमने कोई काम नहीं किया।
Anyway, ये डिबेट ना ये डिबेट बहुत बेकार की डिबेट है।
Exactly. I mean, let's not go down that road because you brought that in, sir. The point is that if this is also going to be put down to our culture and to caste and to religion, then I really have nothing to say. The facts, though, are out there.
10 seconds.
I think the people can best decide. Okay, only 10 seconds, sir. Only 10 seconds.
See, Padmaja, let's face it. We are a feudal society, and we enjoy being led by dynasts.
No, sir, we don't.
Narendra Modi is a clear indication we don't.
Kashmir to Kanyakumari, I can cite even Nitish Kumar ka beta bhi politics mein aane wala hai.
Okay, Ashutosh ji, you know, the country is debating nepotism and somehow even this ill has been put down to Indian society and Indian culture. Like I said, I've put the facts out there. I will let the viewers decide who was a noob and who ate and left no crumbs. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the most millennial debate that I've had so far on NDTV.